What is up, you mad dogs? It's all over. It is all over. And I'm talking about the year for the UFC. It's done. It is done, and it's been sinking in ever since Kape knocked out Royval for me. It's a sad reality. It's a sad reality for a fucking UFC fan. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is my recap to the final card of the year, which was Manel Kape versus Brandon Royval. A card that delivered some great moments, delivered some great finishes, had some fucking stinkers, had some yucky watches. There wasn't that much expectation for this card, so look, can't complain. Finishing out the year in the fucking apex. Well done. And there's 6 weeks. 6 fucking weeks. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's going to be a tough road. I'm telling you. If you're a UFC fan out there, I love this shit as much as I do, you know it's going to be a tough road. But hey, we got some awesome cards to look forward to. I just got my tickets for UFC 325, so pumped for that. Absolutely pumped for that. But yeah, until then, I don't know what I'm going to do. But for now, we're going to go over this card, talk about the fights that happened on the card, talk about how I did my predictions. And look, like I said, it delivered some moments. Some good ones and some bad ones. We're going to go through them right now. The first fight of the night, actually a bit of a surprise for me that this was a finish. Jamie Lynn Horth versus Teresa Bleeder. I went with Teresa Bleeder. I thought she would get this done by decision. She got put out. She got beat up. She got bitch walked in the first round. She couldn't get her grappling off. Horth cracked her early, defending a takedown. Bleeder shoots him for more takedowns. Can't get the takedown. Horth sprawls. Puts hands on her. Puts her out. Ref's had enough. Fight's done. In the first round, at some insane odds. I mean, no one expected this shit to be a finish. But that's what it was. It was a bitch walking. Simple as that. Not much needs to be said about this one. I was wrong about this pick, but it's fine. It's fine. It's always good to see a finish in a women's fight, right? Second fight of the night. Look, this wasn't the worst fight. Gilliam Pat versus Alan Fry Jr. I took Gilliam Pat to win this, and I said he would do it by decision. Possibly land a knockout, but I was leaning the decision. So I got the pick and the method of victory right. Basically, the story of this fight, Pat putting on his striking, landing the better combinations. He had Fry Jr. damaged from the first round. He had his eye pretty busted up. He showed some all right striking in this. But yeah, I don't know. This was a lot of just plotting around for the two. Bit of an ordinary heavyweight fight, but look, it's two regional guys coming in. It is what it is. It is what it is. Fry Jr. pretty much just working the clinch, not really able to get any takedowns, and just getting beat up. Getting beat up when it was on the feet. Each exchange, he was just getting the worst of every single one. Gilliam Pat wins the fight by decision. I got this one right. On to the next fight, which was... That's the same fight. Melissa Croden versus Luana Santos. I went with Luana Santos here. I thought she could get it done by decision. She gets it done by decision. Yeah, look. This is a pretty boring fight to watch. A lot of grappling. Santos just, yeah, she edged the fight with grappling. Not a whole lot of damage. There were some reversals at times from Croden where she ended up on the back for a little bit. But for the most part, throughout the fight, Santos was able to land her takedowns, get some good control positions, holding her down, not giving her anywhere to go. Edged out a very boring decision. Uh, it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch if you were looking to watch a fight. But yeah, that's what we're here for. Luana Santos by decision was my pick, and I got that one right. This next fight of the night, this was fucking sick. This was sick. This was such a good fight to watch. Man, Steven Asplan, he showed some fucking ability here tonight. Or not tonight, yesterday. But man, he showed some fucking ability. Holy shit, man. He put a beating on Sean Sharaf here. He put a beating on Sean Sharaf. I took Steven Aspland. I thought he would get it done by knockout. I think I said round 1, but he gets it done in the second round. Basically, just getting the better of pretty much every exchange. Sharaf would land something here and there. But yeah, for the most part, Asplan just put it on him. Good head movement, slipping with the shots. His chin was up a bit. It was up a bit at times. It kept creeping up. But he did well to avoid the big shots for the most part, slipping well. And he was putting on combinations. He was putting on absolute heat. Look, 172 strikes within under 2 rounds. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty fucking sick performance for a blob-looking heavyweight. I mean, this was the battle of the blobs. This guy that was super impressive. That was super impressive. I enjoyed watching this. I'm looking forward to seeing what he gets next. He seems like he's keen to be a little bit patient on his rise. And I like that. He's happy to do the work his way to the top. So, respect to him. Look, keen to see where he goes. Next fight of the night, Joe Anderson Brito versus Isaac Thompson. I went with Isaac Thompson. He was a short notice replacement, so I feel like it was a bit of a risky pick. I was surprised he wasn't that big of an underdog. I was expecting him to be a bit of a bigger underdog. He won the first round. He did win the first round. There was some really good. What surprised me here was Thompson's grappling. It was impressive. He had some good reversals. Throwing up submission attempts at times. Not really anything that was really close to being in or anything like that. But look, defensively minded in the grappling, doing well. It kind of started to fade going into the later rounds, late in the second and into the third round. He did really well in the first round though. He did win that round, in my opinion. Good with the striking, getting off some good strikes there. That's where I thought the difference would be in this fight. I did expect Joe Anderson to really need a grapple to get this win, and that's what he did. He had to work a pretty boring decision to get this win here. So it wasn't the worst performance for Isaac Thompson. It wasn't the worst performance at all. I'm looking forward to see what they give him next. Hopefully something a bit more, a bit more manageable. And yeah, see how he handles his next test, because it was, even though it was a loss, it was a clear loss, I think. But look, he did all right here, and I'm looking forward to see where he goes next. I got this pick wrong. I did pick Isaac Thompson here. I think I said he'd win a decision, but look, Brito gets it done by decision. The third round was a little bit funny though. A lot of the time, Brito didn't really land a whole lot of damage there, and Thompson was landing a lot of like little elbows and just pitter-patter shots as he was on the entry for the takedown. As you can see, the strike numbers here, they're way more in the favor of Thompson, so that's where that would add up. But they were a lot of really little shots, not really damaging. A few good elbows here and there, but nothing crazy damaging, so I think that's where the judges took the grappling and the difference. I don't know. I've seen fights like that go the other way, though, so I think that needs to be said. Next fight, co-main event. The fuck, main event of the prelims. Yaroslav Amosov by round 1 submission. I called Yaroslav Amosov to win this fight by submission in the first round, and he brought the Mortine. He brought the bug spray with him, and he killed this cockroach. He put him out in 1 with a good anaconda choke, picking away at the leg kicks early on. Couple of exchanges. Magny landed a couple knees here and there. But Amosov gets the single leg takedown, works his way to position, and locks up the submission fairly quick with an anaconda choke in the first round. Puts down the cockroach. Who says a cockroach can't be killed, right? We just seen it happen. And hey, look, to come in and do that to Neil Magny. I know Neil Magny's lost a bunch, but that's fucking impressive. That's impressive. If Neil Magny just won this fight, he would be undefeated in 2025. Stopping Eliseo Dos Santos and fucking Jake Matthews. I'm still dirty about the Jake Matthews one, but is what it is. He won that fight. So that would have been like, he's not the hardest guy to just dispose of, you know? If you're really good, you'll dispose of him, but if you're not, he'll give you a good challenge. So that, I think that really says something about the level of Yaroslav Amosov here. And yeah, impressive performance. Very well done. Welcome to the UFC. Looking forward to see who they give him next. We got another welterweight contender, right? That's awesome. On to the main card. First fight of the main card was the naked yoga instructor versus Bobby Green. I won't call him King. The naked yoga instructor, Lance Gibson. I picked Lance Gibson to win this fight. I thought he could get it done by finish. But turns out Lance Gibson's fucking shit. He fought a whole fight against Bobby Green on the back foot, not throwing shit. Landing, 2 takedowns. And doing nothing with them. Do I feel a little bit silly? I feel like a prospect could come in with some ability and finish Bobby Green at this point in his career. I don't think Lance Gibson's a prospect. Definitely not anymore. Did I before? Nah, not really. I was kind of doubting the ability of Bobby Green, but hey, the vet gets it done. The vet gets it done. I don't know how this was a split decision, by the way. This was a split decision. That's fucking crazy to me. I don't know who, how, what, when, where, why that judge scored this fight to Lance Gibson. I get live, it didn't look like Bobby was landing all that much, but he wasn't. He was just fucking walking forward the whole time, talking shit. So, he could have been throwing a whole lot more, but he won the fight. Bobby Green won this fight. It's as simple as that. Bruh. I'm not gonna say too much on this one. I'm not gonna say too much. It was a bit of a watch. Wasn't that great. But Bobby Green just schooled this kid. Had him on the back foot the entire time. Not how you want to approach a Bobby Green fight. Yeah. Bobby Green gets it done by decision. On to the next fight. This was fucked. This fight sucked. Fucking sucked eggs, man. This fight sucked eggs. Bro, what the fuck? What on earth were some of these exchanges that we watched in this fight? If you didn't watch this fight, do not go watch it back. Please trust me. Do not go watch this fight back. Some of the exchanges in this fight were just what I'm sitting there thinking, what am I watching? Is this the UFC? Is it? Because it doesn't seem like it right now. Bruh. I'm talking about the grappling transition. Mostly in round 3. The grappling transitions in round 3. As for the fight in a whole, it was a draw. I was back and forth. I was back and forth on this fight. Marcus Buchecha, I did pick him in my original prediction video. Before that, I had Kennedy picked. And then going into Friday, when I did my quick picks reel, I'd swapped back to Kennedy. So Kennedy was my final pick. But the fight ends in a draw, so that doesn't fucking matter. Round 1, Buchecha gets a bit of control time, jumps a leg lock at one point. No damage, really. A lot of control, not a lot of control time, but yeah, it was controlling the fight for a good part in the first round. With the grappling, just not doing much with it. And then at the end of the round, Kennedy put some hands on him and wins the round back. Put some damage on him. I think he may have knocked him down there. No, he didn't. He didn't. No knockdowns got counted, but he did crack him. He did have him hurt pretty bad. But yeah, going into the second, this is where Kennedy just fucking threw his life away. Threw this fight away. Gets an eye poke. This is how the draw happens. Gets the eye poke. Point taken. Fair enough. If they're gonna do that here, it has to be consistent, and I think it should be. They say they're gonna crack down on it. They should crack down on it. Simple as that. Simple as that, really. But yeah, gets the eye poke, has the point deduction, goes into the round, ends up putting some heat on Buchecha, has him on the ground at one point, kind of collapsing back to the ground, not counted as a knockdown. He lets him back up, but he doesn't give him any space whatsoever. He kind of stands over him until Herb Dean steps in and moves him back a little bit. He gets in between them and restarts the fight, and Kennedy still doesn't move back anymore. You'd feel like he's a rangy striker. He could just move back and then keep picking away. But no, doesn't give him the space. As soon as Buchecha gets to the feet and Herb starts the fight again, boom, Buchecha's in on a takedown. Top position for the rest of the round. Like 2-3 minutes almost. Bro, honestly, the fucking dumbest thing I have ever seen in a fucking... yeah, I don't know. There's been some times, I guess. But, look, this was not good decision making here in this moment. Yeah, ends out the round. Buchecha landing some good ground and pound, but not enough. If he just started unloading on him non-stop, he probably would have got the finish there. But he just kept throwing a couple strikes really slowly and then, like, doing nothing. Like he didn't know what to do. It was cooked. It was honestly cooked. But that wins him the round, so it's a 10-8 round. And going into the third, Kennedy wins the round, damaging Buchecha pretty badly. Just outstriking him, outdamage him in the round. Buchecha didn't really have anything for him, apart from the control throughout the fight. And Kennedy wins round 3, and the fight ends in a draw. Some really unusual grappling exchanges in that third round, where one of them's just sitting on top of another, and they somehow switch positions, and now the other one's doing it. It was, it was some of the weirdest shit I've seen in a UFC fight. Honestly, I will not be watching this fight back. That's all that needs to be said about that. Anyways, next fight of the night. This really upped the energy. Melky Costa, round 1, flatline head kick knockout. Holy fuck. How did they not give him a bonus for this? Is that true? I haven't actually checked that. I just seen a post saying that he didn't get a bonus for this. That's fucked if that's true. This was a very quick fight, obviously. Only a minute 14 there. Flatline knockout. I had Melky Costa to win a decision. If he was going to get a finish, I would have picked the submission. I didn't expect a fucking flatline head kick knockout here in the first round against a powerful striker. insane. His kicks are really good. I've noticed that in some of his previous fights, especially his body kicks. He's got some really good, powerful body kicks. Sorry for clearing my throat, just fucking like a careless cunt. Some shit's going on right now. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyways, Costa, head kick knockout. Back again with the croaky voice. Puts him out within 1 minute. Awesome stuff. Lands a couple kicks and then sets it up beautifully. Bang. Out cold. Done. In one. Too good. Too good. Got the pick right on that one, so I was happy with that. On to the next fight. Oh. Just as after that Melky finish, I was thinking, fuck yeah, here we go. These next 4 fights are going to be sick. We're going to have a fucking run home here. We've had some ordinary fights on the card, and now we're getting run home nicely. The fucking lovely home run to finish off the card, you know? Finish off the year nicely. This shit killed the momentum. This fight killed the fucking momentum. Badly. This was Makachev fucking JDM all over again. Chimaev DDP all over again. Just a control shutout win. Caesar had nothing for him. Caesar Almeida, I'm talking about. I get their names are closer. Very close here. Cesare Olegchaychik uses the grappling. I was expecting a knockout. I picked him here to win by knockout. I was expecting a lot more striking from him. I know he had the wrestling, but I expected him to come here and want to put on a show, you know? It's his UFC debut. Very boring win. But look, to be fair on him, Cesar Almeida obviously has that win over Alex Pereira in kickboxing. He's a very dangerous, very powerful striker. So he did what he had to do. He did do what he had to do, and he got the win in dominant fashion as well. It was a clear win at the end of the day. I don't think much needs to be said about it. Just a whole lot of grappling, control, top control, not chasing damage, not chasing submissions. Just looking to, stall out the fight, and just hold a man down. Is what it is. Is what it is. With that being said, we finished off the card nicely. Kevin Vallejos, baby. Kevin fucking Vallejos. Oh my god. This was sick. Another fucking spinning attack, bro. How many is that this year? The spinning attacks this year are insane, man. Insane. Fucking sane, bro. That is, Kevin Vallejos, look, fairly close first round. He was being very patient. Giga was landing big kicks, big body kicks in the first. Live, I did have it to Vallejos, and I was very confused going into the second round, seeing like all them tweets pop up, scoring it to Giga. But watching it back, I was like, oh, okay, I see that now. I do see that. You could score it to Vallejos still. It was a close round. Giga had that big cut open on his shin, pouring out straight away. That was from checking a kick of Vallejos's. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, basically, Giga letting his kicks off, getting some good shots in early. And as Vallejos started to put it together, late first round into the second, when he started moving forward a lot more and just putting the pressure on. And eventually he just threw a couple of strikes and had him backed up against the fence. Spinning back fist. Spinning fucking back fist. Puts Giga down and jumps on him like a rabid dog. Smashes him with elbows. Done. In the second round, I picked Kevin Vallejos to win this fight by knockout in the second round. I was happy with that. I was very happy to see him get this win. I'm very high on this kid. I think he's awesome. His fight style is very fun. He's got some awesome knockouts. He's got sick power in the hands. And I'm very much looking forward to see where he goes with his career. Because, yeah, awesome performance against a vet who has very good experience and is very good, very, very good striker. So that was impressive. It was an impressive performance. And look, we're looking at the fucking featherweight rankings. Let's go, Kevin Vallejos. Well done. And this is where it starts to get sad. And this is where it starts to get really, really sad. This is where it all sunk in, man. This is where it all sunk in. I did panic. Bro, what is going on with me tonight? I did pick Manel Kape to win this fight. I thought he would get it done by knockout. I didn't think it would be that early. I thought it would be a late, like, 3rd or 4th round knockout. That was my call on this fight. But he gets it done in one. He gets it done in one. Brandon Royval was on the back foot a lot more than I expected right from the jump. Normally he's a lot more forward pressure, you know, in your face with the striking, in your face with the jab. But he was respecting Kape's power. He was. And it shows that's a fucking great idea, but he got backed up and he got put down. The big fucking hook. And Kape followed up very nicely. At first, I was thinking, oh, maybe an early stoppage, but watching the replay, you could see him fucking, you know, he went out. His head kind of shifted. He was out. And that's where it all sunk in. As soon as he went down and the ref called the fight, I'm sitting there like, you know, just blank facing it. Mrs. looks at me like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it, boys. She doesn't understand what I'm feeling, not having UFC for the next 6 weeks. Okay? It's a sad reality for us all, but it is what it is. It's over. It's over. I'm telling you. But hey, we've got some good shit to look forward to, right? We've got some fucking sick fights coming up in some good time. Enjoy the holidays. That's all I can say. Enjoy the holidays, everyone. I will be looking to get some videos out for the holiday period over this 6 weeks. Just get some different ideas out based around the UFC. I've got a best fights of 2025 video that I'm going to put together. I think that'll be really fun. Just go over some of the bangers of the year. Look back, reminisce on the greatness of the year 2025, because we had some good ones. We had some fucking sick fights this year, and I'm keen to look back on them. I'm keen to put it out to you guys and hopefully give an entertaining video to watch. How we do on picks on this card? I think I went 8-11. That's excluding the draw. Yeah, 8-11. Not bad. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Right? Not bad. Anyways, I thank you for watching. If you've gotten to this point, especially, like and subscribe if you have enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.